Welcome back.
We got some jobs for you.
Okay.
So Xanathar a demon? Is he a yokai? An oni?
He's a thing.
A shade. Last we all gathered. Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Everything's fine.
But you had entered into Xanathar's lair after following a trail and had realized upon entering that he was waiting for you hidden in a corner of a very tall ceilinged room, basically set up, ready to go. You had fought the illusionists, taken care of them before entering Xanathar's lair. You chasing him into his cover, seemingly looking like a long overdue abandoned water treatment facility. We're immediately hit with the anti-gravity, now realizing what the main eye of Xanathar does. And the best strategy, which did work, was using several pepper boxes strategically to basically render that eye useless. Elimae, you were in the process of running to the goldfish to potentially use that as a hostage situation with Remmy shortly after crossing over what seemed to be a very sort of slippery, algae-filled sewage spillover. Ended up joining in with you. So here's basically where we all are. Elimae, you are currently levitating with Remmy and the fishbowl with the anti-gravity. You are petrified after unfortunately losing the saving throw. Remmy is charmed.
Remmy's charmed too.
Yeah, he is charmed, yes. Hal is charmed.
So she's only petrified, not Remmy? Remmy's just charmed?
Correct.
Gob's
Hal is charmed as well, praying to Ilmater. Gob is frightened and charmed by
weird
Xanathar.
combination.
Piss and shit myself.
While also being like, hey.
Gob, who was at the top of Xanathar, standing on the head of Xanathar, when the good doctor was teleported by Thorvin to join Gob. There was sort of this face of Gob that had never been seen before, this emotionally confused and scared version of Gob. And seeing your friend, the good doctor, instantly started to reassure Gob. This expressionless mask sort of staring back at him and convincing him that it was okay and the right move was to jump off of Xanathar. Gob leans back and free falls to the bottom of the stone floor underneath Xanathar. As Gob begins his descent, Ezekiel, you hold one bag of holding in each hand. And you say to yourself, I am a good doctor. And you sort of tuck one bag in one arm, pull out your journal, and quickly write a note, tear it off, and throw it. Put your book back, grab the other. And this happens in milliseconds as you start immediately flooding with the ideas of what exactly is about to happen. A doctor that has tested the sort of the taboo, the forbidden sciences. This isn't unusual to you. To push the limits. But you usually use others. It is interesting that for this, you will be using yourself. You're putting your life on the line for not only science, but for your friends, for love. It's a weird moment for the good doctor. What happens when two extra-dimensional spaces overlap? Holding on to the bag in your right hand, you take your right middle finger and you flip open the flap of the bag in your left hand. As you do this, you watch as multiple of Xanathar's eye stalks begin to immediately take position on you. And you hear this deep, bassy vibration of a guttural annoyance from under your feet. Not quite sure what's going to happen. You plunge the bag of holding in your right hand into the bag in your left. And you all wait for this cinematic ending. Nothing happens. You all watch this. You see the good doctor standing on top of Xanathar, and you watch as he thrusts his hand, holding the bag of holding, pushing his arm all the way through the bag of holding, and you look and watch Xanathar as he starts in this almost state of confusion, starts gnarling and like gnashing his teeth with these with the massive bloodshot eye. You watch as Xanathar begins to rotate its mass to tear the good doctor apart with its teeth. The eye stalks begin to move in position. You see the three start this hue on each eye stalk start to create different colors. I need you to make 3d10 rolls.
Damn, that sucks. I swear I'm not trying to buy time for my imminent demise. An 8, a 2, and a 9.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Give it a gold college try.
What kind of ray is this? Is this death ray?
Petrification ray.
9.
Okay.
I should get another save on that.
I need you to make a paralyzing ray,
Natural 1.
and I need you to make a disintegration ray. Or sorry, dexterity saving throw.
We have all pretty much mapped out anyways.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I like to imagine the disintegration where it comes first and the paralysis where it hits him and then
I still have 2. I have 1 more luck save. I'll wait. We'll pull it on the last one.
So you know that you failed too. As the eye stalks begin charging, and you watch, and this is from your all's perspective, the 3 rays fire, and they seem to start pouring out in this very sort of slow motion. Their reactions being slower and slower until they almost seem to freeze about halfway between the good doctor and the eye stalks. The good doctor at this point is about shoulder deep inside of the bag of holding, and they just seem to freeze. Time seems to almost stand still, and you watch as the moments pass, their bodies begin to look dull. Like void of light, as if like the moon eclipsed, like snuffed out their, like the fair reflection off of their skin. You watch as this kind of gray wash turns into like a slight red tint. And then nothing. They fade away as if rubbed away by a magic eraser. The bags are gone, Xanathar is gone, the good doctor is gone. Slowly just.
I knew he was going to do us like
At this point, Remmy, Elimae, and Silgar's fishbowl all plummet to the stone floor below. Elimae now shattering into several large pieces on the ground. Silgar's fishbowl shatters and dumps tens of thousands of gallons of water into the lair. And as it
Jesus, he had
crashes
so much water in that.
into the barricade and floods the surrounding area, you watch as it washes the animated Minotaur skeleton down the sewer. You watch as it's struggling to keep its head and its axe above water and just disappears into the black tunnel. As the water crashes on all of you end up at some point falling prone, slipping from just the sheer force of the water. And after the water sort of rushes all over over each of you, one by one you begin to stand confused, quiet. Those of you under Xanathar's powers regain full mental control and begin feeling normal.
Hal's gonna look around and he's gonna be like, "What happened?"
Gob is going to hop up and run over towards Remmy and Elimae.
Ezekiel,
He's like thinking to himself like some sick twisted joke is in his mind.
Ezekiel, from your perspective, it's much different. As you push the bag into the other, this all happens fairly quickly. What you feel first is your arm being forced into the bag and being pulled in. Not all at once. Your fingertips are traveling faster than your third knuckle, your second, your first, your hand, your arm, your shoulder. They're all traveling at different rates, being pulled faster the closer your fingertips are. You feel this uncomfortable pain, this sort of stretching and dislocating pull as you were being forced into the bag. You release the other bag of holding sort of out of just, you have to, and you watch as it sort of faster travels in front of you into this black void. You begin to see light in this bag, and it starts as what would be like almost you looking at like a star. And as you get closer to it, you're shocked. You can actually see Xanathar and you standing on top of Xanathar's head. And that light begins to then completely distort and warp around you. As you're pulled into it, this is darkness like you've never experienced before. You feel the gravitational pull on the top of your skull more than the back of your head, your neck. You look back and you can actually, with all the force that you have, you look back and you see that the sort of image that was in front of you warps and forms behind you now. You see that Xanathar is actually being pulled stalks first into the bag and then is almost warped and contorted to fit inside of the small 2-foot diameter. You know that you're leaving the material plane. You see that Xanathar is behind you, that he's trying to attempt to sort of physically react and get revenge on you, but the pull is just too strong. You watch him begin to, almost like a vacuum, begin being crushed. It takes hours. It's hours of, at this point, complete blindness, of feeling the sort of loose items in both of the bag of holding that you had sort of leave, and the bag collapse and then leave your hand as well. There's no sensation of temperature. You don't even hear the internal ringings of your ear. Hours of you slowly being pulled into this void before you feel excruciating pain. What you may not see, you feel. And as your body gets disproportionately pulled at different speeds, again, from your fingertips to your feet, you begin getting stretched. You feel your joints begin to separate and your bones break and shatter, and your organs start to stretch, your muscles rip and tear. You experience death in one of the most painful and least documented ways in written history. In fact, nobody has ever died like this and been able to tell. And as you perish, you are still trapped in this void. Not even your soul leaves. You watch as your body sort of leaving your body as a soul. You watch as your body is basically pulled apart, stretched paper thin, and then just becoming atoms and then nothing. You watch as Xanathar suffers the same fate, and there's a small sort of comfort in that as you turn to nothing, your consciousness being trapped here, lingering and aware. Just your soul travels through, and you begin to see a sort of spectral version of your body. Your hands start to form, your feet and your chest. You start to see yourself, but unable to move, but consciously aware of what's happening. And there's almost this deep purple that starts to take view as you are sort of loss of gravity and pushed into this very starry projection. You see these wisps of purples and blues and deep greens, and you are in nothing essentially other than just colors. These sort of airy clouds begin to slowly appear. It's strange though, because you're no longer seeing through ocular cavities. You have a full, complete 3D view of what you're seeing. It's a very weird way of taking in information. You see yourself floating in this endless, directionless, ever-expanding world of nothingness. And it's the most beauty you've ever seen. And as you hover bodiless in suspension, you feel and hear this voice. This, not like hearing it, but like it's always been inside of you, and it just kind of was waiting dormant and crawled out when the time was right. You had a choice, my nevermore. Ezekial, as friends called him, the good doctor, now floats aimlessly in eternal directionless vacuum as a projection of a memory, his memory. Back in Xanathar's lair, after the entire lair flooded by Silvar's bowl crashing, you all begin to stand up. You hear Remmy yelling for Elimae. You see Remmy run over and sort of on bended knee starts picking up stone pieces that resemble Elimae. And you can hear the choking of trying to keep it together, but there is a sort of cry that you've never heard from somebody, the shock of what happened. And he watches, he sort of frantically starts to put the pieces back together to make it look like her. What are you all doing?
God was running over there.
I forgot
Yeah,
what Gabe's
or-
senses. He's going over there, and then he's gonna start helping Remy pick up the pieces.
Same.
Yeah, that's what God was initially running over there to do.
Okay.
He's gonna look back to where the big doctor was.
Is my note still on the ground?
Did I see that?
Yeah, you would have seen him throw it, yeah.
I'll go back to I'll look back halfway through to grab it, and I'll take a look at it.
I hope I was a good doctor, but I hope I was a better friend.
You were both. And he's gonna put that away.
I got chills.
As Remy kneels down with Gob, and you see as he starts to pick up the large chunk of what was Elimae's right arm and sort of put it against her torso, you both see a leather gloved hand lay on top of Remy's. And you both look up and you see a humanoid in tight stitched leather with this faceless mask with several different sized blades all sort of tucked in the leather suit. The man grabs the arm from Remy and starts to help sort of arrange the torso, and you hear the very faint voice. Little kid, I owe you this. As promised, this is your one. And as the pieces begin to align, you watch as Elimae's stone skin begins to soften
Was that
like clay. You see the dirty viscous water begin to fill the cracks, sort of pulling closer and tethering to each other as piece by piece this residue starts gluing them together. And you watch as the light stone exterior smooths over and some color returns. Elimae is still pale after all.
Plot twist
Yes.
of the century!
That is a
Jesus!
mindfuck. This entire time.
Remy looks up, the man is
Holy
gone,
shit.
and Elimae, like feeling the sensation of falling out of a sleep, you wake up, and as you sit up, Remy immediately throws his arms around you and starts just shivering, crying.
I'm gonna hug him back, and I don't think I know what happened, so I'm probably very confused. But like, I'll take a hug, and I'm gonna stand there and kind of look around for my friends.
I think God is tracking down that goldfish right now.
Okay, so
Assuming it didn't go the way of the Minotaur.
make an investigation check.
Hal is he's on one this where the
19.
good doctor the spot where the good doctor was, and he's just praying to Mater. He goes, "Let this soul rest wherever he goes. Let him find peace somewhere, or a new meaning, El Mater. That is all I can ask of you. I feel like I have betrayed my friends, but I was under the spell of that dastardly being. Forgive me for my transgressions."
You don't see the fish, but as you start to, it's quiet in here, based off of everything that's happened, and you hear and using what you hear, you make your way over to the shattered bits, and inside of the toppled over castle, the massive castle that was in the fishbowl, you have to move a couple of giant, the glass is this thick, giant pieces away, which is not a big deal for you. Inside of the tipped over castle is this small little goldfish, maybe about this size to you, just kind of bouncing up and down.
Gob's going to pick it up and then walk over to Elimae and be like, I think you were looking for this.
And I'm gonna fucking bear hug you.
That's when the fish find out the fish talks. Like, I'm dying out here.
God will return the bear hug.
Hell
God
yeah.
hug.
I have to get down kind of low because I'm 6'2".
You would literally have to get on your knees.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just.
But I absolutely
Sorry.
did.
So as you all stand in Xanathar's lair, realizing that you did lose your friend, but have successfully rid Waterdeep of one of the most vile villains Waterdeep has seen in its many recent years. What's next for the Furiosians?
Hal spends a good long while in his prayers.
I think God
He's trying to find a way to guide.
Gob's
lost
going
souls
to
of this place.
investigate this area, and then after he's done investigating, if he finds anything or not, he's gonna walk up to Thorvin and just go, I think you and me have some unfinished business back up in the main chambers. Oh.
The explosives.
Oh yeah.
Just in the middle of prayer. The explosives.
Can I investigate and see if there's anything?
Protect your
like,
mind.
when the good doctor evaporated, did his stuff remain there, like his bag, his medical kit, or did it all go with him?
Oh,
I think the only thing left is that
No.
one note.
And when Hal does his prayers, he's gonna hand the note to God, and he's gonna allow him to read it.
God reads it, flicks down the shades, hands it back, and then just walks over to a corner.
Yeah, that's 2 good friends in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't forget Victor. Is that 3 weeks?
3 good friends in Jesus Christ.
And
God starts
But you
punching
did
the
it.
said corner.
you exacted your revenge, and
Hal is going to look down the path where the water flowed out.
Is there anything near where Xanathar and the good doctor fell through a black hole and to like signify that he's dead?
you didn't you didn't see them fall through a black
You
hole.
we saw
we-
the
they
I
are
just
great.
saw
I
that.
know.
Yeah, but
That was speaking
so
as
I
a
got you,
person
right.
who has heard you give
Yeah.
the description.
anything that was in that radius.
Even the dust is probably gone too. That was the.
How long did you spend researching black holes?
I've known about black holes.
Okay.
This is my shit.
Okay.
It was contemplating, once I allow this to become what happens when a bag of holding gets rid of bag of holding, I now have to deal with the ramifications as a DM about that, because these are very common items. You, at level 2, can just create bag of holdings on your fucking self. So
They are fairly.
There was a
expensive,
lot of-
so not a lot of common people can get them. Only.
it's an
adventurers.
uncommon item that you can easily find this shit.
We had to spend 500 gold for it.
Yeah, they're a little expensive,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
again,
Common people can't really have access. It's more the upper echelons or adventurers,
Yeah,
adventurers
but-
that get hold of money.
That was a
it's the same thing with like a flying broom and stuff. The cost of that, anyways. But
Mhm.
but
I think
that was just a very good description of
spaghettification.
Yeah.
Just like Kubrick.
the entire process of
Mhm.
going into a black hole.
I love that
Very
shit.
good.
Yeah.
Very good explanation.
Oh yeah, it does
Blazars,
feel like
Blazars,
hours because
the-
gravity distorts your
Your time and
Yep.
all that.
Yeah, Quasars, Blazars, Event Horizons. I love all that shit. Accretion
love-
discs.
I was just like, someone watched their
So
recently.
real
That's my
quick,
shit.
is the good doctor like in a nebula of just colors?
You are in the astral sea.
Oh, that's cool. I think
So where you're at right now
That is cool, actually.
is technically nowhere.
Yeah.
You are in
You're
an
everywhere.
infinite, impossible to fathom space between dimensions.
I think
It's this nothingness, but like
Yeah.
So there are
It's the plane between all planes.
Mhm.
basically yes,
You
yes.
kind of got what the good doctor was going after.
Exactly.
You have infinite time to think about and contemplate.
I think as soon as the good doctor realized like where he was and what he was, I think there's this profound peace I kind of got over on him. He's like, it's very much a maybe there's a slim chance one day he'll see you guys, but he now has all the time in the world to do what he wants.
What happened to the evil book that was with him?
Well, as long as with everything else that was on you, it was destroyed.
Good doctor has no strings on him. He's everything he's ever wanted. He's a puppet to no one.
I want to put my mask on.
Okay.
Okay? Do I feel anything?
Mhm.
I don't even know what to say. Like, we fucking did it. Like, we made it. He's dead.
Died in the most horrifically painful way possible.
And then that's when you see Xanathar's ghost punching you with his eyeballs. Like, you son of a bitch.
I thought that was gonna happen. It was like it would be an eternity of just me and Xanathar killing each other.
I summon undead.
No, that's God's heaven.
I'm proud of you. much more to get though.
There always is.
Do we get that
What's
dragon
next
staff?
for you?
Top the dragon staff. We need that shit.
I'm gonna take a little bit of a break.
She's got a baby.
I'll call upon others. But you're my champion.
That's me.
And you kind of look over to your side, like reactionary, like
Mhm.
the glowing of the sword and the sort of swirling of the shadow fell on the blade.
I'll be
And
here.
then it goes away. You watch the eyes shut. And the mask goes quiet.
I'm gonna take it off and put it in my bag.
Does God find anything searching around this place?
I'll go with your 19.
Okay.
Each of the pillars are active water boilers.
These
Yes.
two? Okay, so not these guys, just
Correct.
these four.
The four.
Okay.
And as you sort of stand close, they are extremely pressurized. Which we never got to use.
That was a layer action, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
There were multiple traps that you all avoided because you blinded him for most of the rounds. Which are interesting. But as you're kind of looking around, there's nothing really of note.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking down the path where all the water flowed through.
Okay.
Are these tanks able to be sabotaged?
Will they cause a
You
big
could
explosion?
figure out a way, yeah, if you'd want to.
Because we're trying to bring this place down after we leave.
Right.
Come on, kid, let's make a crater.
But first, Hal is checking down the path where all the water let out
Okay, so as you walk down the path,
to the valley of shadow and death.
How long of a fuse can you just make?
Well, the barrels already have a 1 hour fuse. You just push the plunger.
as you walk down, you get to the point where you actually had
Well, we just set 'em up.
intercepted and taken
Wherever
that
we
left.
need to, like these are the weak points.
Um,
right?
Those I know, this you had to go like down and then down.
Yeah, we gotta climb back up.
So I ultimately get a barrel
Um,
here that was and hoping for
The water seems to have continued to rush down, so it depends on how far you can walk.
I guess I'll keep walking. I'll let everybody know that I'm going this way.
Okay.
See where it leads out to.
Okay. So you walk for.
I'm not sure if anyone wants to come with me.
God will go with you just
Right.
to help safety.
How hard are you, by the way?
Hurt?
I'm on memory.
That's not what I thought you said.
It's you are.
How hard?
So again, you're not a conscious living thing. You are a projection of what you once were. Sort of
Are you good for
the remaining consciousness that you did have is trapped in this void, but you are not like
hand one to you
currently
and then
thinking.
tie one end to
It's just who you were is out
I
there.
got too.
Yeah.
What are we doing with the fish?
I gave her
Yeah, no, it's keep it.
Eat it.
Eat
So
it.
you walk
Eat it.
10.
goblet with them.
Yeah.
And we have a 50-foot piece of it's probably like 46, 45 feet because we tied.
Okay.
And then around each other, just
Okay.
like a safety thing.
So you walk 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then eventually come to the body of the stuffed minotaur, soaked and useless at this point, sort of twisted and mangled inside of the what is to him a small tunnel.
When you animate stuff, is there like a mark that you put on things to denote like a little signature, like a good doctor signature? and
Genuinely,
stuff,
there probably is.
to denote that like it's your
I never
tradition.
thought about this, but I think the good doctor would put a symbol on
Little
stuff
dot.
he made.
Well, you didn't make this one, but would you do it with this one?
What do you
I
have?
reanimated it.
Correct, but you didn't make it. But what would you do? What would be your little?
There's probably an incision in the back to reveal bone. And he would have put some kind of mark.
Like a thumbprint.
It would probably be the, the ambulance symbol. It's the snake.
Oh, yeah.
The snake wrapped around.
Yeah.
Yep, but it's topped with a crow's skull.
Is it like carved into bone or?
Yeah.
God's gonna rip that out.
So you rip off the whole Minotaur skull.
Oh, you put it on the skull?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, God's taking the skull with him.
Now, what's in this room?
on the front.
How big
Well,
is it?
the axe, didn't he have the axe too?
No.
Oh, he had his own axe.
Yeah.
His own axe.
How big is this room that we entered?
The tunnel? It's about.
So is it like narrowing?
No, it's the same. It's the same.
So it
but
still keeps
Oh,
going?
okay.
it still keeps going. Yes. So
Okay.
where the body lies, it's sort of again twisted, and it's laying across the grain. And you hear the little bit of water that's still sort of trickling past the body. There's like a little bit of pool where it's like laid down, sealing off just a little bit of water, but the tunnel essentially keeps going.
You want to see where this keeps going, Gob?
Sure. How big is this Minotaur's skull? So that's kind of what Doctor put his symbol on.
Yeah, I mean, to you, it would be
Should I wear it like a helmet?
no.
Okay.
It's probably as big as.
It's pretty much about the size of your whole body.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Can Hal wear it as a helmet?
it would be really heavy, and you'd have to make it to where it like the lower jaw.
Yeah.
You'd have to create something that would hold it
Yeah.
into your shoulders, but
Oh, I don't think.
I mean,
is
sure I
the
could.
lower jaw still attached, or with like
with something up.
no, it's still
Oh,
attached.
okay. I didn't know if it's like when like a
By the way,
cowl,
did you come with
like
us?
it's the skeleton.
No,
like,
no, no,
I
no.
think I was still at
Stay safe,
tissue
Tom.
there.
Yeah, no, it's still there.
Okay.
We're gonna keep going.
Our friend is here for the final episode.
The far behind you.
Oh man. I don't like you.
We're trying to find out where this.
So remember us.
We're trying to
Did
figure out
he
where
jump
this
at you?
Yes.
tunnel leads to.
So, you walk, and after about 40 minutes, you see that there's some light that is coming in, and as you keep walking, you get to what is a spillway, and you see the trackless sea in front of you that you're maybe about 100 feet above the ocean on a cliffside that just sort of dumps out.
So
Like the ocean on the overworld, or?
Yeah, the trackless sea, which is on the
Oh, yeah.
west coast of Waterdeep.
Interesting.
He had this entrance here this entire time. What have you, Rob? What have you? What time of day is it when I'm looking out?
It's about 1 o'clock.
AM or PM?
PM.
This is probably a decent view.
How far?
Two characters.
Do we
dying
s-
at the final boss.
Do we see Waterdeep at all?
One of them much
From
more
where we are?
significant of a
If you look over to your left, the cliffside sort of comes down, and you see a little bit of the shoreline that kind of curves around.
And we're 100 feet up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have a boat?
I do.
Do we
However, we're 100 feet up.
got ropes?
Yeah, we'd have to make a little pulley system and lower it down.
Oh, we climb down.
Oh yeah, then I can pull it. Yeah, I'm stupid. I can just pull it off.
I mean, we could do that instead of. Oh yeah, because we don't have a way necessarily back.
We're gonna blow this place up, so this is probably the best place
Yeah.
to leave
Well,
from.
also because I think otherwise we're.
Yeah, but you guys have an hour, and you can
We're-
just use the.
Well, it
strength.
took 40 minutes for us to get through this tunnel. So
Otherwise, we're going through Skullport.
yeah.
Wait, no, you guys can still teleport through the chamber, can't you?
Was there another way through with that chamber?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't double check.
Yeah. So we're just gonna blow this place up.
Okay.
Oh, should we blow this place up? We were on the chance we're running into the mind flayer again.
Mmm. So good point.
Yeah.
Not only that, what
I
does
don't deal
blowing
with
this up
how that mind
have
flayer is
for
waiting now.
everybody on the floors above?
Yeah, this could.
Because like Urktaro, everybody,
Yeah, it might cause a chain reaction of structural damage.
we don't like
Yes.
that. I have to live here.
It depends. It depends.
I don't wanna.
How
have a
big
home,
is
you know?
Skullport? That's the depend part.
How big is Skullport?
Yeah.
You don't know.
So I'm assuming it's big enough to cause a structural collapse from the upper floors, at least in that portion. If we blew up.
Do you on that map? Could you circle any load-bearing walls?
So that we can just make
There
sure.
are no load-bearing walls.
Do I have?
Oh, so they're all just free to like knock down. Don't have to worry about.
Well, at
Yeah.
the very least, since we have
Well,
to get
I guess if you're describing it that way, no. Yeah, at some point, yeah.
So
Center workout, you know.
so we can't just do like a full remodel place, just tear everything down, open floor plan.
No, you need to support, you know what I mean? Like, you're caving at this point.
So you can't be in the bathroom and then wave to the person in the kitchen and in the living room.
At the very least,
We should, yeah, you should move. It sucks.
Yeah.
at the very least, since we have to grab a removable rod and tie it off to the rope to another surface, Xanathar's room is literally right next to that. If you want to just look at it,
Do I have a cup on me in my component palette?
because we have to grab the
Sure.
unless
I'm
the
taking water.
mind flayer is
I'm
waiting
taking a
by
fish.
the immovable rod,
Put
like
the fish in my cup.
looking down. Like,
It's a little bit too big for a cup.
But could I keep it alive for a short period
Sure,
of time?
you could chicken nugget dunk it,
Yeah.
sort of every once in a while.
Yeah.
Keep it hydrated. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I guess me and Dom are gonna return, and
I want to start making my way back up with Remy, up to where Urktarl is, and the up.
I'd wait on that
Why?
because
Well, how are you getting? That's what we were just talking about.
We don't have a way of getting back up.
You.
we do have that. Yeah, the only way we're gonna tell you once we get there, obviously. But
Yeah.
we there's an opening.
Because it's either we try and teleport back, which we don't know if we can,
And there's a mind flayer lurking up there, so I don't want to fight that.
or you
Not
go
one.
through Skullport,
I mean, I'm perfectly healthy,
And
but
try and sneak your way out.
I didn't take any
Skullport,
damage this entire
and
dungeon.
find your way back to
How far above them are they from the water?
100.
100 feet.
About 100 feet from the ocean, yeah.
That's why we'd have to tie off a lot of rope. We do have a lot
But
of
I mean, again, from where you're looking at, like, it sort of shears off and then it sort of,
so we
comes
can walk
down. and it's all, like, massively jagged rocks and, like, a very violent crashing sea.
Oh,
So, depending on how you want to do it.
don't you? I'm gonna go on the assumption that teleporter probably. Still,
We didn't see it there.
Let's try the teleporter.
we didn't look.
We were in the room.
No, as soon as that happened, fucking
Do you,
made no.
well, we looked through that whole room that we were in.
Yeah.
Do we recall there being another pedestal there?
We did look through that whole.
No.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So it was a one-way trip.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's.
I would say let me roll for Arcana, but I'm dead.
Roll from the astral plane.
I can't. I'm not even. Oh, I'm not even in consciousness. My soul got.
No, I thought you are consciousness.
That's all you are.
I am.
It's
Okay.
like a memory.
I am a memory.
Can I roll for Arcana?
You know when you do speak
For,
speak
to
death?
see,
If the
I think it's just
teleporter
general intelligence
would
check.
work still?
to see what?
If we could teleport back up still?
We didn't see another pedestal there where we were. So.
Would I know if we could do that? Because, I was his apprentice,
He
Uh,
probably
use
didn't know how it
magic.
worked.
I mean, you could definitely, you know you can detect magic, and if there is some sort of way of,
Okay, I want to use Detect Magic.
you'd have to get to where where you teleported in.
How far away from here is that?
40 minutes. Right?
Probably not that long, but definitely 25, something like that.
Do you guys want to
And that's where the mind flayer was, so that's why I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's our safest bet, though.
I think the.
Well, we have the fish. That's the only evidence we have that we killed Xanathar. Maybe that would.
No, the mind flayer is. The other one wanted to turn us into puppets. I don't.
We did find an alternate route, but it is 100 feet down to a jagged rock.
I mean, if we roped down.
Violent waves slamming into said rocks.
If we,
That sounds a lot more dangerous.
if
Like
we if we did it right.
It's like an ocean opening or
Yeah.
something.
like the overworld ocean. So.
If I mean, if we did it right, we could scale down that.
Potentially, but then it's just a rowboat. Rowboat, big wave.
We'd have to
Not good.
get a good footing on the water there.
I could bat and go see if it works. We don't have
Oh,
the.
you still have your bat.
Wait, how are you gonna get the
To go-
bat what?
Okay,
What
so
batting?
go back to where.
Like turn into a bat.
Oh, the
and go see.
teleporter.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were batting out and then
No,
dropping a boat in the
I
water.
don't want to do that. No, I want
Boat's
to go.
good.
Boat's good, but we have no way to communicate.
Send another boat.
This one's done.
Okay, so what are you doing?
We don't have the books to write to each other anymore, do we?
No.
I have that.
Just anything that was
And
in
also you
the
only
back
have-
of
No,
the
yeah, I
thing,
get it.
you.
Huh?
You
Who
only
had
one.
who had the other book?
At the
Sun death.
Senda. No?
If that was him,
Yeah,
it could have been Xanathar.
someone did.
Someone
I
had
think
it.
it was.
It could have been Xanathar running too, being like a little douchebag. Because he wore that guy like a sock puppet. That was supposedly one of his top men,
Right after we rescued
and he's
our
dead.
friends, they were like, "We're going to kill your friends."
Well, we can.
Where are our friends? We got the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can.
As far as we know, we did our job.
We did our job.
We
As
can
much
at
as
the
we
very
can.
least check on one in Xanathar's room.
Okay. I guess that's why we're going.
Because we still have the movable rod there in the road. So
We do.
And just to make sure that you and I are on the same wavelength, the idea of sort of destroying the Xanathar's lair was purely because Xanathar, when he fights incredibly fucking dirty, and
Yeah.
would never put himself in a position where he would lose. So you know he has magics to just fucking disappear or play dirty in a sense where he would never knowingly go in and risk his life. So the idea of taking down Xanathar's lair was to ensure his death, which absolutely has been done. So it's up to you to continue this path.
We were talking about how an unforeseen happening of blowing up his lair, the other layers above falling down. And
depending
just-
on where it's
Would
located.
not be good. Bad consequences.
yeah.
Well, there's a whole city on top of it, right?
Yeah.
There's like a
It-
I mean, would
It
Corbin
depends.
know if he set these charges?
he's
properly,
essentially like
like-
an engineer.
I mean, yeah.
So it would definitely do damage to the second layer, but with your math, it would collapse a good portion of this dungeon, but most likely wouldn't do any damage to Waterdeep.
Okay.
But no, the rest of it.
Because I mean, Thorvin wouldn't try to commit mass genocide or something.
Well, yes,
To kill
you
Xanathar.
have.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, so yes, you absolutely would.
He's a necessary evil to kill Xanathar.
it's like a Nazi scientist.
No,
To put this in, no, to put this.
You're our engineer now. We are the United States. You help us.
To put you are
I'm going to Argentina.
you are our Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're coming back
Oh,
up,
man.
once we reconvene, we're gonna tell everybody.
I mean, look, I'm
about
not
what's
attached
up.
to this place. I'm done with it. If y'all want to blow it up, we can blow it up.
And
I
then
don't want to blow it up.
we're gonna climb up the.
If we leave it here, somebody else is just gonna come in and
Yeah.
take
Probably, but like we'll deal with that later.
We're
Like
climb up the rope.
for the time being.
Okay, so you all make your way back into that tunnel.
I think at this point we've undone our safety rope.
Was there any magical items in this Xanathar's room by chance?
Did you just detect
At least with my 19.
Yes.
We're not-
I
are
think
we-
it's
are we
You
okay.
didn't
there?
find anything?
Are we there?
I
Yeah.
had a 19.
But you know what it is in the dungeon? It's a cage with a bug man in it.
Just slowly zooms into the scratching.
This bear fighting through the bars.
Are we sure we want to do this?
Tune in next Saturday. Love me, friend.
So, climbing up.
Do you climb up the rope?
I think God should be the first one up,
Yeah.
so I can help other people get up.
Remy is
Yeah.
above me. I am below Remy to make sure that he gets up to safety.
You all climb up, and Gob sort of grabbing onto the immovable rod and
Just pulling it.
grabbing onto the rope and sort of pulling one piece of rope at a time, sort of helping you all up. You all eventually make your way up and come around what essentially was that carved in
God
tunnel using
undoes
disintegration
the
ray.
Takes the movable rod back.
Okay. And the two 50-foot links of rope, and you guys are now in that
Between
floor
Xanathar's room.
between Xanathar's room and the hallway.
Well, I guess Hal's gonna walk towards Xanathar's room.
Okay.
Yeah, God's gonna follow. He's gonna look at Elimae and be like,
She's on vacation now. She's fine. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, we're good. We're
Okay.
good. I guess they don't get the boss.
The sword is gone
God looks at
anyway.
Elimae. Elimae has sunglasses on. She's laid back.
I have a Hawaiian shirt on.
There's just,
I'm like,
I'm on vacation.
we're good. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not here.
Can you detect magic? Is there a door?
It's
Is there-
okay.
Yes.
Can you detect magic?
where we had that
Detect
movable
magic
rod
in the door.
to go
Yeah.
down was like here.
Multiple schools of magic.
Bad magic, good magic.
Magic is magic. It depends on how you.
Specifically
how you
on
use it.
specifically on the door. Is it like
The door's not trapped.
Okay. Well, then Hal's just gonna
Well, is there a
Look inside.
door or is the tunnel just lead?
No, it's a door.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's
a rounded
lead.
top.
It's all lead.
wooden doors.
What kind of wood?
Make a nature check.
Can
Well,
help.
Can you just tell me?
It's
Is it cherry wood?
It is
That'd be pretty.
it is a burnt ash.
Okay.
I
Is
got
that
it.
rings in it? What's the handle look like?
It's a
Come on, DM.
very cast iron. It sort of comes down and then swoops up, and it's
Okay.
got these nice brass buttons.
He doesn't have hands, has he?
It's not how I expected this.
Oh.
Telekinesis, right? If you want to know.
Mm.
Oh, not, so he doesn't just whip his tongue out. Oh.
1 second. Hold on.
I think it's more like a cat door. Johnny cat door. He
He
just
just pushes
Yeah.
it.
No, Thorben looks at the door and he's like, I replace it every time. He just headbutts the shit out of it.
Oh,
shut the door!
So,
I have a friend that does that.
It's something.
You see the stonework, like, it's still like, stonework is wet and it's still mortared.
I'm
each
just
reiteration of the door gets stronger and stronger.
Yes. It's just building walls at this point, just to headbutt through.
Just put the fucking hole there. Don't put the door there at all.
I'm just
So
gonna
he
open
disintegrated one, he levitated the other.
What do I see inside?
So as you open up the door, it is magically lit. There's this almost like luminescence to the room. You see that there are these, what look to be like almost like from the
Now would
dandelions, like that white fluff. There are these violet particles that are sort of drifting in the air, almost like this dense mist.
All of Xanathar's spells and enchantments and illusions would be gone too now, right? No.
It's not,
Depending on which ones they were.
and also,
Anything that's concentration, yes.
if this is his whole lair too, sometimes lair stuff lasts.
What about like his
days
eye stalks
after.
and stuff like that?
What's
like like the eye stalks, the
Those are their own
alarm systems and
independent-
stuff?
All that is working.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
it
are
is?
those
Okay.
are independent creatures that were made from his dreams.
Oh, okay.
They dream those things up.
If I poke an eye stalk,
They can
will it
dream
happen?
another beholder up on accident, and then they fight because they're like, "Oh shit, a rat," and then the other one goes, "Oh shit, a rat," and they fight each other. Or they run away from each other. They don't like each other.
So as you walk
Like
in,
magic
there is
with
this
also pieces of
3
stone.
steps and then a massive smooth platform, and nothing's on it. And then in the back left, you see this maybe 6 foot wide bowl of what seems to be like this crystal laced glass that seems to sort of has this pulse to it.
Oh, that's the.
And there are these sort of multicolored lights that float below it about 10 foot off the ground. And you see about 2 feet away from the crystal ball are 2 men standing.
Hello.
Oh, you're just going for it.
Well, they probably
Alright.
notice us, honestly.
I'm a champion.
One of them turns around,
What do
And-
these men look like?
Thank you.
one turns around, and you immediately
Oh,
recognize him.
Oh.
This is our hubris.
The eye-patched eye, the hair that comes down over the face,
Oh,
long
it's
hair, and a
him.
messy ponytail, looks at you and goes, "Seems that you did it." And another man turns to your attention, whom you also recognize, wearing a very colorful purple suit that's very tailored to him. You see the sort of dark skin and the very massive hat with the feather inside
It
of
was all. He didn't die. He was all a fucking prank. They pranked
It's
us.
just a prank, bro.
He didn't actually
What are you
rip him in
guys
half.
doing
He was
here?
to make it look like he ripped him in half.
I appreciate you helping with the changing of powers. Couldn't have done it without you.
Hello, my name is Hal.
I know. Good to meet you, Hal.
I have not met any of you yet. Are you friends of Elimae?
Oh. It's complicated.
So,
Wait, Gob, you know he killed Tenok.
I also know that.
Gob's just shooting daggers at him with his eyes.
What are you guys
Roll
doing?
a con
What are your
save.
plans?
Oh, a little bit of house cleaning to start. Get everything in order. Get Skullport back. A lot of work to be done.
Have you seen the Mind Flayer around here?
He's here.
You're not worried about that at all?
An acquaintance?
He works for me. Why would I be worried about him?
Oh. So he's not going to hurt us.
No.
I'm gonna insight that.
I believe him.
Oh, I now know the DC on inciting this man.
Well,
Very well.
That was a 10. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Pretty convincing.
I love you!
Eye patch man sort of calmly walks over to Elimae and places a hand on your shoulder and goes, "Give you shit, but I'm impressed." And walks off.
Internally of it.
So what's next for Skullport?
Plenty to do.
Is there a way for us to leave this place?
Absolutely. You want the easiest way or the most difficult way?
I'd prefer easy. We've been through a lot. With a giant eyeball.
You have Thorfinn here. He knows the stairs up to the fisheries. Thanks for stopping by.
No, I have questions. I cleared, listen,
What questions do you have?
now that you're gonna take this over, how's this gonna interfere with everything?
You know, I got one question for you there, Dragonstaff.
Hmm?
You couldn't have told your homies up top that you were safe and sound.
No, that would have interfered with what I was doing.
One of them came to kill him.
Well,
See, you're still
did
alive.
kill one of my
so-
doppelgangers. So he serves you right.
Just to be clear,
But-
they're okay.
He killed
I didn't kill you, alright?
his friend.
I think
No,
I
of course not.
The dragon killed him, alright?
But you did fuck with my plans and delay them a lot, and I had to make a new deal, which delayed what I wanted to do.
No, you could say the same thing about you and our plan, yeah.
Well,
Sounds like now we're kinda even.
seems like we're even, so
So you serve mass?
cool with the hostilities.
Even Stevens.
It's
Everybody's
just my
square.
normal personality there, Chacho, yeah.
That is his normal personality.
he comes off naturally threatening.
It was good to see you all again. Hope you're doing well.
I'm sure we'll see you soon.
I doubt it.
Are we allowed back
But I
down here
appreciate
from time
the
to time?
pleasantries. Thorfinn, I lead them up.
Let's get the fuck out of
So
here.
I assume you serve Max too?
know that guy?
No offense, but I don't want to know
Good
anything
one,
anymore anyway.
No modern will remember that. I'm joking.
So, as you all walk through the dungeon, which at this point is pretty busy.
I'm glad we didn't blow up this place. Did we check this room first?
There are a lot of drow, there are a lot of deep gnomes, dwarves that are sort of in the halls. You see people moving furniture and rearranging things and tearing things down and restructuring things. You see as you pass by this sort of very skinny with like the very thick mutton chops drow that is giving certain orders out, and the lingo catches your ear, where a new engineer has been in place and sort of redesigning things and how the flow is going to work. And you all make your way through and
He took 2 jobs.
I quit.
begin walking up a long set of stairs to a trap door, which you're familiar with. Open it up, and you are
So
in
are we to assume the battle at Skullport's done?
what that was or what it looked like.
Can we check that out? Like, can we like?
I think y'all should just.
And that was like a full-on
Let's
war.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just
Well, if
go.
everything's settled, we can just like.
We don't
check
have
it
any
out.
way to
I
assume
don't
that.
want to do that.
As the party would know by now, and as someone who has extensively read about Warlock, so not in that, but he's a character in one of my favorite book series. The fact that any of you guys are alive right
It's
now
magical.
is because he feels this is him paying back what you did. He's not a nice guy, but he's favor.
Yeah.
Kind of, usually. You do something for him, he'll do something for you, so just not killing you.
And then after that, he kills you.
We technically were coworkers, so
At the
Yeah,
work.
I'm sure that's how he sees it.
I would
That's-
say business partners.
business partners.
That's would be
We're in
debatable.
business together.
That's debatably worse.
That could be bad. But
Well,
it could be
yeah, I guess we're just going. Who do we report the death of Xanathar to?
I want to go show
Most
or
people
try my
don't
fish.
really know much
The
about
upper
it.
echelons will.
I mean,
How's my fish doing? I'm
Harpers?
checking on him.
Oh, that would
He's
be a
hanging
good
out
idea.
there. He's hanging out.
We know Lady
The Harpers
Silverhand.
know he exists for
We
sure.
know Lady Silverhand.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't. No, we don't. That wasn't her.
Who was that?
It was a.
It was probably a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But we still can
we haven't.
say
We know someone in there.
we came here for the dragon
We've
staff.
had
We never got
correspondence
it
before.
too.
Yeah, is there like a Harper's headquarters I would go to, or is there a way I have of
Your only
communicating
connection was
them?
Mert, and once that connection was severed, you didn't hear anything from the Harpers for, you think,
I mean, we
weeks.
still find. We still
Fuck
find
them,
them.
Oh yeah, if you do enough digging, yeah, you could for sure find the Harpers.
Well, yeah, we still never got the dragon staff either.
I want to.
Did we kind of abandon that a long
It-
time ago?
Yeah.
That was the goal while we were going down too.
That was the first goal. That was our.
And then it led into everything else. It was like domino effect.
I was hoping Matt
Did we
would
not
give
like
it to us as a
ransack his
present.
room or try to
We
take
can't.
anything?
I
Then-
think
yeah.
that Strollax lives there now.
Joe Axel, he's got legendary actions by the way.
Like, you don't need this stuff, right?
And the guy with the eye patch, who I don't wanna. He scares me.
Who was Patch's name again? I remember him. I just don't remember the
Never
name.
get his name.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know,
I mean, so the victors go to spoils.
He was my homie.
Victor Saltfire?
So you guys make your way up the stairs. You open up the latch door to the storage room of a fishery, and make your way through. Thorvin, as you've done this hundreds of times, if not thousands. It's not your favorite form of transportation, but make your way through a very busy kitchen, out into the dining room, and outside of the door. And they're all basically trained to turn the eye. And you walk out into the streets in the dock ward of Waterdeep, back on the surface.
It's daytime though, right?
It is.
Is it
So-
still cloudy like it was before? Like overcast and all that
Before I
jazz?
go out there and get a sunburn.
Or do we need to fetch a parasol?
I was gonna say, you don't
A
have
creepy goth girl?
Or she no
Yes.
longer a vampire.
It is overcast, yes, and
Okay.
it is cold.
For sure, still a vampire.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
was
good.
just making sure because resurrection and all that stuff that just happened there.
I think I'm extra vampire now. Like doubled down.
I'm not sure how resurrection
Being
works on
undead.
the vampire being.
Okay. Where we wanna go?
I feel like at some point along the line, God would have made a joke like, "You're almost caught up to me now. Just one more go round."
One more time.
Well, Hal's just gonna look up at the sky for a moment, take in some fresh air of the dock ward. Smells awful, but
It's the most welcoming, warming, awful that you've smelled in a while.
God tries to like pat your back, but it's realistically just like the small of your back.
It's his tail.
he does this. Thank you, good
And it's
doctor.
just like
He does say thank you, good doctor, for everything you've done.
smells like home.
I suppose so.
That 3 senses still work. Yeah.
Shall we go back to Dragon School, Manager? I do have to make a stop at the church.
I was gonna check with Remmy. Is everything you thought it would be?
They tell you about all the glorious fights and the cool equipment and the, walking into bars and getting free drinks and stuff, but you leave out your friends dying a lot.
You were close yourself.
I think I'm like you guys though. It's not as scary, almost dying, but your friend's almost dying. Probably because you're conscious for that fear, but that part sucks.
It never gets easier.
It's one of those weird things where it's like did we win? Like I guess we did it, right? But
Life has many paths, Remy, and in a sense, we did win. The good doctor brought it upon himself, and I think he would call it a victory.
No victory without sacrifice, kid.
Yes.
what happened to him?
I'm uncertain. I know that he put a bag of holding within another, which was why I was carrying both originally, as some fail-safe, some last-ditch effort. But I could not make that sacrifice, as I was under Xanathar's thrall.
Let me put in some words you might understand, right? You know, I train these muscles here, I get nice, big, and strong. Without training the most important muscle on there, I get his brain, yeah. He used the sheer force of the power of his brain. He looked Xanathar dead in that one eye and said, hey, you and me, pal? Mano y mano, yeah. Took him to his realm. His battleground, yeah.
Who do we tell? Like,
You tell everybody, yeah.
who was that guy?
Which one? Jarlax or the freaky?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you guys know that guy's name. Who the hell's that?
It's a bad man, yeah.
So we just basically made room for another bad man to take over. Did we win?
I don't think it's that simple.
Sucks.
It does.
Doesn't feel good.
It doesn't.
The important thing is,
You've grown
Remy,
so much.
you survived.
You know, Remmy, makes me nervous. We won that battle, but the war's still going on, yeah.
Remy, you're
Pulls out his
Furiosian.
sword.
Are people staring at us weirdly? I'm gonna pop
God.
my mace.
God pulls out. I feel like, can God comfortably hold the sword and the axe
Yeah.
together to.
I'm
be
gonna
ready?
hold up my sword too.
Or are we just in the middle of a
Yeah, we
street?
are.
Yes.
Are people staring at
We're
us?
right in front of a business.
Whatever.
Pulling out weapons.
I genuinely don't care.
And then we go into the
This
business.
is what
and
I'm done.
There's definitely people looking.
You're
Sort of like when somebody's walking a
Oh,
on the
there's
street, they
strong
kind of
still.
just go around to the other sidewalk, like.
Well, we do all
Are
look
you
fucked up.
guys
So.
holding up anything?
Oh, well, my
Oh,
hammer.
hammer.
Yeah.
What?
No. Are you?
Everybody's
are
got
you
their
holding
great
up-
weapons.
I already did.
Okay.
My
My
mace.
hammer.
Okay.
That I never used. It's a plus one mace too. But cantrips hurt more now.
To the good doctor.
To the good
To the
doctor.
great
good doctor.
doctor.
To Enoch.
To the great doctor.
To
To
Victor.
Victor.
To those people I don't know.
You choose this one.
Well, I say we should all go to Trollskull Manor.
We haven't even
Dragonborn.
gotten some of this free food yet. Like, don't we get free food at this place?
Yes.
Let's go get some
A
food.
beer.
I'll be
We have
back.
all deserved a drink.
I'll join you shortly. I have a place to stop by first.
Okay.
A couple of places.
Everybody else heading to Dragonstone Manor?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Hal.
First,
Can Hal or Gob's gonna take back the I don't know if you were
the
holding
mace
it.
on head.
the
Yeah,
mid-target.
he's in it.
Are you still holding the fish?
Oh yeah, I have it in a cup.
With
Water.
Hal is
I
first
you might
going
have
to
deal is correct as a chicken
at
nugget.
Keelan's house.
To fish in water to keep it alive.
So it's just chicken nuggeting. I need to get to the Troll Skull Manor so I can get my
I mean, I
food.
think that would work for a couple hours maybe, but
Yeah, I'm getting there ASAP.
Okay.
I just need water.
First
while
Hal's
I
going to
kill
Keelan's
him.
house.
To what?
Keelan's house.
Okay.
When he's there, he's gonna knock on the door.
Okay. You don't get a response. About 45 seconds later, the door sort of slightly opens and you see sort of the sliver of Keelan that's prison.
Keelan,
Oh, and he opens up the door.
we were successful. Xanathar is dead.
No shit.
Fortunately, at great cost. we had lost Ezekial, the good doctor. He sacrificed himself. You no longer need to worry about him hunting you.
So when are you coming back to work?
So anyways, I'll give you 2 days leave and then you come back right now.
I appreciate you telling me.
I just wanted to let you know. You should know first. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's good to hear. I will be joining my friend shortly at Dragon School. You are welcome to come if you want, but we will be relaxing for a little while, it seems.
You guys celebrating?
Bittersweet victory.
I'd like that.
I'll be there shortly. If you want to make your way there, that's fine. I must make another stop.
We'll make some plans. I'll see you in a few hours.
And Hals and I go to the temple next.
Okay.
And once he's inside, he's gonna go to not the tier cleric. Fuck that guy. Do I see him?
Ooh, hello.
Is he there? Is he there? Do you know?
I didn't realize Preet was a tier cleric.
Is he actually there?
He's up there.
Okay, because I was gonna flip him off as I walked by.
That's not very godlike
That's
of you.
yeah. Alright,
Well,
so
that's not his part of the church.
Yeah. And he
Piss off other gods.
And no longer, you can go your own path that you want. Hal just chooses that path to flip.
Violence.
That guy.
He chooses violence.
you walk into the east wing of the church.
Yeah, and he's gonna stand before the altar of Elimae, statues and everything. He's gonna say, I've completed my task, but I thought that it would be me that died. Unfortunately, others suffered instead of me. I'm not sure if I'm worthy anymore. I've not felt your power leave me, but if you could give me any sign, it should have been me.
Sitting in the altar, you feel some of the clouds part just the way that the sunlight hits through the familiar stained glass window and sort of hits right on your chest.
Thank you, Potter. I should just continue my duties. Clearly, I have to shoulder the burden of others. And then he's gonna pray just a little longer and start leaving. Was there anyone else in the room?
There were, they were quietly sort of praying by themselves.
Do I see that cleric that I saw that one night before I went in?
If you look around long enough, you probably find him.
I'll go up to him.
Okay. Yeah. He's in the back, sort of shelving books.
Hello again, friend.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it was not me that perished.
That doesn't seem like bad news.
It was my friend.
That's bad news.
We had gotten into a fight with Xanathar himself, and unfortunately, I was enthralled by him. But I think I need to continue going to help others. It was good talking with you that night before I thought I was going to die. I just wanted to thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
I suppose even us clerics of Ahghairon need some help from time to time.
We are only human.
Dragonborn. He smiles. Again, thank you. And he's gonna pull out 10 gold and hand it to for the church. And then he's gonna leave.
Okay.
Fucking rich. All I do is give this guy some comforting help.
Just takes off his robes.
Some therapy. And he's gonna head back to Dragon School.
Okay. So as you enter in Dragon
That's when
School
we see the
Manor,
authorities there.
seems like it's back to normal. There's some people in there. The cooks are working. Seems to be functioning as a business, even though Keelan not there.
No, he's not there. Okay.
But it's still running.
So everyone else is still shut up to work.
You get the sense that Keelan probably put somebody in charge while he took some time, but another day,
God was getting plastered.
as you are entitled to do.
Hal just looks around to everybody. He says, let's make the most of the life that was given to us.
And as you say that, somebody comes with a massive serving tray, starts handing very decorative, hand-carved Dragon Skull Manor tankards around to each of you. And as you take a sip, it is by far the highest quality, sweetest
It's the doorway.
ale that you've ever had.
Hey. That's a pretty quick ROI on that.
Yeah.
He pours one out for the good doctor. Outside, obviously.
So you hear this, oh, it's like 16 gold a pint. You put a little bit out. You
Stop
put a little.
It was free.
Oh, man.
Tries to slide under.
Roll that athletics check.
Yeah.
Make a dex, yeah, make a dex save.
Oh, dex save?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a save because it's God.
Well, my dex save is the same as my modifier.
Yeah, okay.
12.
It's a little, you've had a few, it gets in the general area, you know? You get out a couple of.
Kind of like Stone Cold, we smash and it's just foam and it's just
Yeah.
all over.
This is when you guys really see the
Oh,
length of
God, I'm
God's
sorry.
sort of tongue as it sort of slip and slides throughout the general vicinity of his
God, what are
face.
you doing down there?
Step gob.
Step drinker, what are you doing? Step God.
Step gob.
Oh.
So all the patrons there, what are they doing?
Some are they're grouped up in little groups. Some are sitting by their fireplace. Some are sitting at the bar. Some are
They were just
enjoying
pretty
nice meals. But they're all.
Went to Coliseum.
You get. I mean, it's hard for you not to have tension at this
What
point.
time is
but,
it?
At this point, it's like 5, 6.
Okay.
Oh, so we're not day drinking.
Yeah. We've had a long fucking day.
I want to head down to where like Urk Trial and the vampires are because I want to let them know that I killed Big Bad People Guy.
Okay.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, I got this one. Just stay with Remmy. Make sure everybody's okay.
So, as you make your way down, and again, going through Yawning Portal, you get looks and a little bit of attention. You make your way down, and as you walk in, you immediately see Court, who you're familiar with. And, oh, hey.
Hey,
How's it going?
going okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're here by yourself. That's a little.
They're back at Dragon Skull Manor. Taking a break. They're back home.
Oh,
I left my friends at home.
you just named your home.
Yes.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I got you.
that's rude. It's a little judgy.
We don't have a name for this, so.
You do. It's called the Yawning Portal.
No, that's
No.
the place upstairs.
Same thing. You know what I mean?
It's the basement of the Yawning Portal. So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways.
This
So
isn't
need
awkward at all.
to get down.
it's been really quiet around here.
Yeah,
But you guys have really cleaned house.
we've been
It's
trying.
that butcher that's
A
still
lot.
over there chopping things up. We should visit the Fates. Go back the way we came for that darkness.
I like you.
What do you mean?
You probably shouldn't be here.
Why?
Well, we saw what you did to the obelisk, and Urktarl is infuriated. So, probably best to not be here, like, ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. But most of them are down there.
In my inventory, I literally have.
I think they fixed it, but
Because that's what Dio said.
like he's like gonna kill her mad.
Oh.
So
I'm sure he's somewhere down by now. He fixed it.
just letting you know, cause you know.
I got you. Can I write him a note? I just need like 2 seconds. I'm just writing a
Hey,
letter.
sorry about your
Sure,
obelisk.
sure.
Okay, and I'm gonna write a note on it, and I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, Xanathar.
"Here,
Xanathar
if
already
you
did.
would like to talk, if you need some time to cool down," and then I'm sending it Elimae, and I'm gonna draw back,
Okay.
and I'm gonna.
Are you putting a kiss mark on it?
Yeah.
Or like I said, yeah.
I'll put this in his office.
Mm.
No, hold on, wait, cause
I'll put it in his office. You didn't see it.
I didn't see
You didn't see it?
Because if I know that you were here,
Yeah,
I
I get it.
didn't
Is
do
the
anything.
walls are-
You know.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
But his office is locked. So you know, like,
Gotcha.
okay, be quick, super quick.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna watch
run.
you.
I'm going
Okay.
right. Okay.
You run over and
Yep.
He just
And
turned.
then-
slide it under the first door.
Yep.
Okay, and then
And then-
run back over.
Run it back up.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you run into Urktarl.
All right.
Let me know if you change.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Dio, does she see prosciutto and ham? Like their corpses?
Nope, not where they're at now.
Okay, so I'll go
Because
back
they were
up.
guarding that door originally.
All right.
Yeah, he left them down there with the
After
vampires,
24
right?
hours, they'd have lost control. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why they were really weak. They were already like on the verge of death. But
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Going back up to the
Alright.
magic portal, going back to Dragon's Skull Manor.
Okay.
Gonna go let my friends know that he's
We did it. Oops.
my ex-boyfriend is mad at me.
I thought Urktarl was Mask, and Mask was Urktarl.
No,
Because he said you get that one, and that's what Urktarl said.
it is what Urktarl said.
Mhm.
This guy has multiple personality disorder. That's my conclusion.
I think I know what it is, but I'll wait till we.
So you all drink. Is there anything that you all
I'm inviting Froon from next door over.
from next door?
He's
like
across
down
the street.
or across the street.
Yeah, he's
something like
literally right next door.
Next
No,
door.
it's not.
Like kind of yeah, I know what you
that.
mean.
That's
Yeah,
essentially.
He's literally right behind us.
it's diagonal.
Yeah,
But
that's like
It's just the main thing.
100 foot walk.
you invite Fruit. He appreciates the offer, but he's got a business to run. But the gesture's there. So
Go around now.
And then we're gonna have police knocking on our door tomorrow, probably. We have people on guard duty or dead. We have people kidnapped to return them. Oh god, the ramifications of tomorrow.
But that's for tomorrow.
Let's go to sleep.
That's
After
a
the gym.
tomorrow Elimae problem, not a today Elimae problem.
Well, after Hal does drink, he drinks moderately though. He wants to keep his wits about him.
Cheers.
Which is good ale.
Smashes the mugs just
And
completely.
everywhere.
so you all drink
Okay.
to your.
Does Keelan show up?
Yes. Yeah. About an hour later he'll show up. So you all drink. You
God.
swap stories. You.
God pounces on Keelan and just wraps him like a full body, like legs and arm hug.
Mhm.
Just sob, like drunkenly sobbing into him.
He goes to grab you.
How's Remmy doing?
He's hanging in. He's just, you know,
And then God
A little
wraps.
shell shocked.
I think the same thing you guys are thinking, you know?
I'm gonna
God does a wrap around.
take.
Hal just
Keep-
keeps repeating a modern so I'm not sure.
I'm
if
gonna
he
take
does.
Keep and I'm gonna shove Keep into Remy's arms and I'm gonna be like, hug.
Where he like takes underneath
Emotional
the wings,
Keep
sort of
supporting
brings him
him.
in.
And I need Keep to do his magic rocking to him too and make him feel better. Because
Mhm.
dragons make me fat.
You watch the wet nose of the dragon sort of touch Remmy's and
And I'm like,
it It brings Remy back.
Okay. I know how to comfort my friends.
So you all, swap stories and talk about how the newly remodeled Dragon Skull Keep, as it's now called, was acquired by a deal gone bad by a very famous writer.
Speaking
whom
of,
you
does he show up by
rescued two
chance?
of his friends. Valo does
Yeah.
not show up. Whom you rescued two of his friends and was first introduced to Xanathar, and how Gob entered the mix after being attacked by you all initially in the sewers,
By Tenok specifically.
by Tenok specifically,
Tenoch Chester.
and just how wild this whole ride has been in less than a month. Well, a little bit more than a month.
Month and day, right?
Month and a day.
Oh, great.
I'll learn true resurrection for you, buddy.
Maybe just like Zoom. There's nothing to true resurrect.
I mean, true resurrection just makes a body.
Oh, that would work. Oh no, he doesn't have a soul. He's gone.
The soul's gone too?
Mm-hmm.
Something has happened, but
Okay.
we'll have to explain that. Yeah, but
Camera pans out.
camera pans out.
And we sleep.
Holy shit.
Are we doing
So
an
next
epilogue of
day-
what our characters, like what we would like them to do?
Yeah,
How
for the
would you
next
wanna do that
few
now,
weeks. Sure, yeah, for the next few weeks, like, what do you all envision your?
Well, I kind of think that like after the night of drinking and everything, and like everybody's passed out, Thorvin
Just
Was-
close the belt.
yes, but before he does that,
He steals all the silverware.
So,
He's an engineer.
He took all the towels, all the soaps from the bathroom.
Let me put this
left
shit.
shoe.
but no, I think Thorvin would maybe like secretly leave y'all with gifts, like imbue you with some magical items, and just kind of.
Those are gonna
Just
go where
weird.
did he die?
So where does
Would I
Thorvin
die?
go?
Or swap.
But otherwise, they're indefinite. Like.
So I'm just gonna be walking around one day. You swap the infusion. And all the things are just gonna fall out of my new bag of holding. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just one day, Thorvin slips and falls in the bathroom, and then
Yes.
your
Well,
magic
yeah,
item
let's
is-
take,
Well,
let's take a
Thorvin
break and
I
we'll go
would
get our
love
special
that.
drinks, and then we will.
Come
Sit
back.
and have a chat.
Yeah, we'll sit and have a chat.
So
Just one second.
Fuck.
All right, so here's how this is gonna go.
it was all drunken haze.
So some of it, obviously, is not complete because if y'all don't figure it out or don't go down the path or whatever, or blah blah blah, I'm not gonna keep prepping it, right? And then for other reasons, I might take things and go, I want to put this in future campaigns. So most of it I'll explain or whatever because I just think it's fun or whatever. Because I debated on this if I should open up all the doors and reveal all the secrets or leave it. You know, just I'm like, well, what was that? You'll never know. You know?
I want to know.
Really? You want to know all of it?
Yeah, fuck yeah. You think I made it this far to not find out the things I didn't find out? You kidding?
I think first we should do like the epilogue of what we think like our characters
Yes.
do for the next
Yeah.
few weeks or where we think their story goes.
I would love that. All right, so
And I think that might help.
Or
just
returns
dictate
to be a
the
bartender.
conversation.
let's go around the table. So
Start with Elimae.
Elimae. We'll go for the timeline next couple of weeks.
So I think now that Elimae is partially retired until future notice, I think she has a new perspective on what she values. Like before, she didn't have any connections or she had no ties. Like she literally was just working for Mass. That was where she was raised. That was her ties. That was her purpose. And I think now she really does care about, I think Remmy especially. Like at first she was like, what are we fucking doing with this kid? But now I think she feels responsible.
I would say the growth of Elimae slowly growing to really love him as a kid.
Yeah.
I think was such a cool like character growth that just happened didn't force it. It was just very
Natural.
natural.
Because I felt responsible because there were a lot of times where you guys were like, go into battle, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, he does need to do it, but I also feel responsible for his, yeah, small human, you know, and I think Elimae would absolutely take some time to stay at Troll's Hole Manor. I think she would, for the first time in her life, she has like a purpose in a sense that doesn't involve somebody controlling her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I think she would mourn the good doctor a lot. I think that she's still concerned that Charles pissed at her. You know, I think at some point she would definitely try to be like, can we talk about it? Because, you know. Because technically I was spawned from him. I don't feel like that's very fair.
Oh, so that's like a stepdaddy.
That's a stepdaddy. So I would feel, you know, kind of responsible for repairing that connection. Even though he's mad. I'm gonna give him his space, you know what I mean? Maybe he just needs a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's...
I'll do the
Like,
music
no,
glitter and that.
Yeah,
comes out pretty
Is
well.
this obscene mask? Can I cast sending on him?
That's actually really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where she would be.
Hal, who has played Victor, Bulwark, and Hal.
I suppose Hal is gonna stick with the group. He's gonna help people around Waterdeep too. He the first things he does is he casts sending on Lord Azeroth, and to see if he still is alive.
So when you go to send a message,
Then he's also going to do sending an Urtarl. And he's going to say, Xanathar has been defeated. I am just checking up on you.
Have you told him?
I told all of you, yeah, as soon as I got back.
I don't know if that affects what you
Stop,
say.
stop, stop that. Just
Okay.
say, just checking up on you.
You gonna tell me the doctor's dead?
And the good doctor has perished. A voice told me in my head.
P.S.
P.S.
BT does.
Oh, by the way.
you wouldn't get a response from him.
Oh, but he could respond. Bitch.
Yes, Elimae says hi.
Trying to think of any other loose ends. I guess he tells stories at not only Trollskull Manor but at the Young Portal of Xanathar's defeat, and he's just gonna keep going around and helping people the way he always has. Stay in the city for a while. He used to roam a lot, but now he's found a purpose in the city, especially since they're all preparing for dragon attacks too. He's gonna help on that front, as well as help his friends.
I would
wherever
just
they go.
say, if you want to run another campaign, segue into Horde of the Dragon Queen. It's perfect.
Thorvin?
Thorvin is gonna duck out in the middle of the night after the initial round of drinking, but before he does, he's going to imbue you all with a magical item he creates based on what he thinks would benefit you. He's going to leave Elimae with Boots of the Winding Path, a creature. Like, wearing these, you can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action. And for Hal,
How many of these can you make, by the way?
4.
Fuck.
For Hal, he's going to imbue your weapon with Radiant. So, it'll give you a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it.
Did you go into his room, grab his mace, and then just go?
Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
like,
How'd you know?
his eyes half open because he has a 21 natural
You're
perception.
see, he's a professional.
He's like,
That's Scooby-Doo thing.
But yeah, the weapon will also give you 4 charges. As a reaction, you can use these after immediately being hit. You can expend a charge to blind your opponent. For Remmy, he's going to give the Helm of... Where did it go? Awareness? Yes. The Helm of Awareness, so he cannot be surprised. He gets advantage on initiative. I think that would fit Remmy.
Yeah.
I have the shield of awareness.
And for God,
Or second
he's
shield.
going to leave... What did I say? Ooh, no, go back.
Some of those old woman strawberry candies.
Werther's.
Honestly,
Werther's?
no.
No, the strawberry ones.
strawberry ones.
Yeah, but it would be Werther's instead because Werther's are old lady candies.
So are the strawberry things.
But-
That's like
Butterscotch.
the only
What's
Have you
that?
seen those memes where like, it's like where do you even buy those? But
Yeah,
like every old
Sharon,
lady has them somewhere.
Yes.
Like
Werther's.
where do they even get them? Like
Oh, I know the exact ones you're talking about.
like,
Meanwhile,
I've never seen them in a store.
No.
I've never
The
seen
only
them
time
on a
I
shelf
get them
anywhere.
is from
Just
like old ladies at church.
And
Like,
they just
that's
hand them
the
to you.
only-
Here's
yeah.
me.
Would you get?
once you hit 60, they just manifest in your purse.
They just mail it to you like, sorry, couldn't have.
What is this?
We can't give you a social security
When you-
check, but here.
When you get your AARP card, they,
I can't wait, man.
You can get that whenever.
God.
55.
What'd you get
You
for?
get better
Oh,
discounts.
I was
Yeah.
I was debating if I was gonna leave Gob with a bag of holding, like as a reminder of the good doctor. I mean, in a good way, you know.
Yeah.
Or if I would maybe give him like returning weapon. What do you think?
I want this to be your choice.
I think I'll do bag of holding.
You motherfucker.
Because I don't really see
I'm gonna go
Gob
see the good
throwing
doctor.
his
What's a
weapon.
bag of holding? What's a bag of holding?
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, brother.
God, Jesus Christ.
Also, the weapons he has are demonic.
Your memory floating by just sees God's
That-
memory.
that's cool. But I still.
Oh, yeah, he's
use
still
it.
working on that.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, I don't trust them.
But yeah, and I'll
Just
leave
in
a
the
note.
warrior's yoga pose, like just sprinting.
I'll leave a note in the bag of holding with Gob saying, you know, basically something along the lines of like, thanks for the memories, this was fun, glad we accomplished what we did, I'm gonna fuck off to the Cloud Mountains, don't look for me.
We'll look for you.
God, roll an intelligence check.
I put my dice so I didn't think God was going to have to roll.
Can I give him guidance?
On how to use a bag of holding?
Yeah.
What?
I've seen this happen before.
He's used it before.
No, but for a specific thing.
Oh.
Well,
Can I give him
you know what?
guidance?
I'll say. This is on his own, but I'll say you ask him, but he'll. If he, it's up to him, but go ahead and just roll.
19.
Okay.
You have a +2 to intelligence?
Yes.
His wisdom isn't so great, though.
In retrospect, I should have swapped intelligence
Yeah.
with wisdom.
Yeah.
Overhearing the good doctor talk about the bag of holding, and we'll say maybe, you know, picking up things and stuff. You open up the bag of holding and it's just a black bag. You have no idea what's inside. And you know that the only way to retrieve items is to reach in and think about it.
Oh.
So you instinctually turn the bag upside down and try to like shake it out, and a note drifts out. It's the only way you've been able to retrieve it, like pushing the bag inside out to.
Oh, I could have said I maybe attached the note on the bag instead of inside.
But you didn't.
He would have never
But
thought
you rolled high enough, so
We
so
look for
God, I was like, oh,
Basically.
I imagine even a little bit of frustration. What the fuck is in this bag? Like eventually, like you turn it inside out, and the stuff comes
He
out.
destroys the bag in the process.
He just claw marks it. Well, you punctured it now.
Gob is a bag of holding in himself, so when he sticks his arm into the bag of holding, he collapses into a black hole.
All right, God. What about you?
I think Gob wants to try and procure another set of like the writing book
Okay.
from somewhere. That or like some way to like
Keelan can help you do that for sure.
communicate between himself and Dragon Skull.
Yeah, it'd be easier to get a new set.
Yeah,
than
that's
to,
what
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to procure
Right.
the original set.
One
Yeah.
got sucked into the void, and the
Um,
other.
But yeah, Keelan can help you out with that. It takes about a day or two,
Okay.
but he'll bring you a new set.
Gob gets that. He hands. Are you staying at Dragon? Okay. He hands one book to Elimae, and Gob, she's like, I've seen too many of my good friends die on my watch. Yeah. There's a dude up in the mountains there, best fighter around. Let me train. Let me make sure this never happens again.
You better come back okay.
See you later.
Oh, it's better than okay, yeah. You guys need me. I'm just writing this book. You say, Gob, yeah. Galabunga, yeah, baby. And I'll know what you're talking about. I'll come back. Mark my words.
How do you spell that?
And then he hugs Elimae. He looks at Remmy and goes, you wanna join me, kid?
Yeah. Remy was trying to figure out if I wanted to keep doing this, but I think that's why I want to keep doing this. It's because part of me thought I didn't want to. I'd rather do it than nobody do it. Shit sucks. But I think that's what makes it great.
If you
We'll find a bit of ourselves up there on that mountain.
if you need me to come up from time to time again to heal you or bring food, I can do that.
We appreciate that. Yeah, I imagine God is smoking one of those. Hold up, I have the name of it. At least I think I have the name of it.
I'll make sure to make some frequent visits to.
Tree bark cigars. I'm gonna mark down Goblin.
Tree bark cigars.
Goblin has 8 of those left.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can Hal take
That one really wasn't that long ago.
That wasn't.
God has
Yo,
7
the
of those
noble
left.
brothers.
Hal takes one, and then he goes into like a nice.
What was it? Chetley and
Shutley and
Chadley.
no, it was something stupid. Chimothy or it was something real
Chancy.
stupid. Yeah, it was Chauncey and like Chimothy or something.
I think it was Timothy.
Hal takes one of the cigars that God gives him. Make sure that he's not in an area where he can catch things on fire, and then he lights the cigar with his flame breath. In a show of display in front of the building. The guards look, what the fuck?
And then God takes the Minotaur skull, walks up, he finds a nail or something from somewhere, just something he can stab into the wall, climbs up above the cellar door, and just hangs the Minotaur skull above the cellar door
Okay.
with a doctor's symbol
Okay.
there, and brushes it, kisses his hand, gives it a good pat, and then God is going off to the mountains to just have essentially a really long Rocky montage.
So, Gob and Remy head
Occasional
to
visits from Hal.
Mount Waterdeep, where Castle Waterdeep is located, and begins ascending up the side.
I'm specifically searching for that guy
Elin.
you told me about.
Or,
I don't remember what his name was, but there was a guy you told me about.
Yeah.
that was-
not Healing, it's, Klon.
Yes.
Klon.
Yeah. Searching for that guy.
Yeah. Alright.
We still have like 5,000 something gold in the bank too.
What's that?
And we're making more from the
I would imagine we would use that to keep.
The
The
business
business
running.
going.
I think we're making a lot of money with
Well,
this.
perfect,
Those things
but-
were 16 gold each. Ooh!
My room is looking real nice.
How much money are we making a week, Dio? Got that
Open up
new, this new,
the business docs, the spreadsheet.
I literally have a P&L sheet for you guys.
I said that knowing you had it.
Mhm.
It-
So, for the next couple of days, you would have made 25 gold, 75 gold, and 100 gold. You'd have been fully booked and cleaned out to the point where you'd have to shut down for the 26th to regain supplies. You guys did so well.
that's right. Liar's Night is on the 31st too.
what's it saying? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
No such thing.
Can
Those
we
people getting kidnapped.
Can we celebrate Liar's Night too? On 31st.
Yeah, I'm sure you
That's
guys
Masks Night, right?
You can pray to mask and hope that no one robs from you. Also another deity that's also darkness, all that stuff. And you, instead of putting coins in your pocket, you put candy in there, and people pickpocket the candy out.
So it is a tradition for people who worship Mask to have a small satchel of gold on their side. And it is basically an offering to Mask so that people will steal it instead of your main coin purse. They will take that. So on Liar's Night, you would replace that with candy.
It's pepper bumps.
Dude.
Pepper bumps. Here you go, guys.
So are you
It's just bees.
Are you the only person with like this special candy pouch?
Elimae?
No, I think
Yeah.
a lot
She
of
doesn't
people.
have it.
No, a lot of people.
She's not one to follow traditions.
No.
Well, but
yeah.
if she was, I can't imagine because
Hals
she
celebrate.
hasn't run into many followers of Mask, right?
Just
Right.
I
You guys killed some of them.
They're not. It's
I
like
like it. You go, well, yeah. But other than that, no, you guys run into him twice actually.
it's a citywide
Because
celebration.
Mothman, the first time you met Mothman,
Yeah, it's a citywide celebration camp.
Oh,
So everybody does.
I forgot to mention.
that type of thing.
completely off
You know how
topic.
we go to
I didn't realize
doors?
it was
You know
just
what are they
Mask
called? The
followers.
Great
Got
Gauntlet.
doors.
the Great Gauntlet.
The Great Gauntlet in Waterdeep. Police.
Great Gauntlet, yes.
Want to know who's the head of that my campaign?
Hmm.
Xanathar.
That's awesome.
I like that.
It's a faction we never met. So you know they're above the police, kind of. They're like super police. But usually it's run by some lady named Blackstaff. My group, it's gonna be Xanathar. But he would have.
Didn't we get the Blue Elks to also help the like, guards at a place at one point?
Nope.
No. Okay. Can we?
Sure.
Especially with Gob.
You would need, yeah.
Gob walks up and goes, yeah, guard this place. It's nice.
God could have done that in the 2 days before he left.
All right. So what happened to Good Doctor? I want to know now.
So I don't think it's any surprise that the Raven Queen would have left you in purgatory, basically.
Yep.
Until you saw the error of your ways, that you were indeed a puppet to Vecna. And that your ideals of necromancy throw off the balance of life and is unnatural and not to be fucked with.
I think the Good Doctor definitely would have hit a point eventually where
It's like, damn, this sucks.
I think by the end of it, I think the Good Doctor still harbors like a great love for necromancy, but understands that the power it brings is extremely corruptive. So it's something that he would always enjoy, but he's just not able to practice it. And I think he understands that he probably won't ever, after everything that happened in Undermountain, sitting for thousands of years in the void, would have come with an understanding of like, this isn't right, or however long. I don't think it actually would have taken that long for the Good Doctor to come to that.
Thousands
I
of
think
years.
within everybody's lifetime, I think the Good Doctor would have been like, this was, I made a big uh-oh.
One day in purgatory is 1,000 years on the material plane.
Oh, never mind. So way after y'all.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think.
Wait, I'm undead. Would die still be around?
God never dies.
God never dies.
That's
Who still be around?
Me, I'm undead.
you are. I'm pretty
How
sure.
goes the journey to find out how he got immortality and gets
That's up to Dio, but the way I'd always seen it is she would be a vampire, which is like a half breed. She's a step above a spawn, but she's not a full blood vampire.
I have
lived a
lots of
long time,
vampire
but you're not
questions.
eternal.
Find a long time.
How God
500
died.
years, you probably live.
So like 200 years would be my prime.
Weren't you already an elf?
250.
I am an elf. I felt.
Oh,
You're half elf.
Okay, yeah.
So
You live alone?
she probably would have lived
Yeah,
closer to
yeah,
1,000.
maybe somewhere in there, yeah.
Well, sweet. It's a solid end to the campaign. I think that was a.
Does the Raven
I'm
Queen
very
say
happy
anything?
with that ending to the Good Doctor.
Does the Raven Queen say anything to the Good Doctor after he comes?
Is there like an
he's
eventual couple thousand years later? What happens to the Good
So
Doctor?
yeah, it would basically be again just in a
Can we roleplay this? That's what I'm asking.
sure.
Does the Good Doctor appear in the bubonic plague.
As a rat. Fuck you. So yeah, eventually, what the Raven Queen would want to... The Raven Queen does not have as much power as mortals claim that she has. In fact, her even being in any sort of power is not approved by most gods.
Yep.
It's tolerated because the way that she ascended was almost very sneaky.
Yeah,
It was a better replacement for death because she has absolutely sworn to never use souls to do her bidding, which is what Death before her did. He was the leader of the undead, which the gods were like, fucking no. That's not what, you know? So the Raven Queen is like, okay. So basically her role through all of the domains around the material plane is just the guide to basically help souls get to where they need to go in the afterlife. That's her role, essentially, is that transition. And so she's vehemently against necromancy in that sense because she has sworn, and one of her own has broken that promise. While you're not a god, we're a representative of her. So you understand why you have the hatred that you have and why you find educating and information so essential to understanding. But there's that temptation, and then there's the understanding and the execution of the balance that is so sacred. And if eventually you would have came to that, then she would have approached you.
I think there's definitely. I think that's what I was trying to say is that he loved it for what it was, but understands what it is now.
Right.
And I think that's what the good doctor. That's all he ever wanted was to understand.
Right. So then she would eventually have taken you back to the Shadow.
Got anything to say?
What
about that?
happens to him when he's? What happens to the Shadar-Kai in the? Do they just? Where do they go when they die?
They don't.
Oh, so he would have just come back to a mortal form, kind of,
Oh, what do you mean when they die in the material plane?
or whenever they die. Where do they?
If they die in the material plane, there's a chance that they will be severed from their soul in the Shadowfell and never return.
Okay.
You died.
But yeah, Shadar-Kai typically do not leave Shadowfell, so you're an anomaly.
Oh, that's bad.
How
You gonna say anything to her?
Oh, I wanted to. If you wanted to, we could roleplay
Go
the
ahead,
approach.
if you'd like to. I'm all
Where is he? Paint me a word picture, dear.
So you are still in the void, and she eventually.
I think the good doctor is very uncharacteristically laid back. I think he's got his mask off. It's like laying on his chest.
Well, again, you're just a projection of memories.
Oh,
So there's no physical you, really.
okay.
But
But it's like,
almost like
but
just
it's like self-image.
to him, this is the only thing that his memory could wrap around is that, well, if I'm here, then I probably look like this, but there's nothing there. It's
Right.
just him projecting that into nothing.
Yeah. Queen, a pleasure. I apologize for our last meeting.
I have faith.
Little did. And I fear my lack of led us, if I had arms, I would guess you. At the very least, I had a view to behold. But I made my choice. And I regret it. I just wanted to understand.
You shouldn't regret it. You learned, you grew. The teenager that rebels and finds out who they are becomes the adult.
It's true. Quite the rebellious phase.
sacrificed yourself for your friends.
Yes, it was
Honorable.
worth it. Never thought I would. But watching everyone fall, that was enough. They did well by me, and the least I could do was this one last thing. It's painful. Very painful. But a penance for what I have done.
It's painful for me to watch. I do hope you know that I do care about you.
I know.
I do understand what happened, but
It was regrettable. And I apologize, but I'm ready for whatever's next. Whatever you have planned, I offer everything I've learned in a more suitable way. I'll study other schools, but change colleges.
we'll come home. There's much to tell.
There's much to do. Secrets to be held, secrets to give.
And she sort of gathers your, again, what would be your memories in her, these massive hands, and pulls you in and takes you back home.
And a new body.
Sweet.
How strong would God get up there training?
It wouldn't be about strength, because that's exactly what he would teach against. It is more. There would
Why?
be
I mean, like how strong as like a fighter, not
like
necessarily
level wise.
And just,
Just
I guess if there would be, that leveling would be the
I mean,
scale amount.
that's like a tangible thing, but like, or you can paint more like near. I'm just curious.
Right. So the first thing that he would do is whoop the shit out of you and humble you, because he would prove to you that strength is less than intelligence.
Would this be like taking a subclass in monk?
Yes. Well, he is a monk, but he would cater to you as a barbarian and fighter. But essentially, what he would do is go, strength is useless if you don't know what's coming next,
You're like
and would teach
Kill
you.
Bill going to see that guy in the mountains.
Would teach you more about understanding your opponent and understanding how to basically physically manipulate them, and depending on their weaknesses.
Use their strength
Essentially.
against them.
Yes. So the first phase would be you don't know shit.
Yeah.
You're strong, cool, and if you're fighting a wall, you'll win. But if you're fighting me, you're never gonna catch me. It doesn't matter how strong you are, you're not fast
I want
enough.
to see those rolls.
He is tough
Does he
shit.
learn the 5-finger death punch?
The whooshy finger.
Yeah,
Wait,
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 oh, do you know this one?
Do you ever see a quivering palm? Is that how strong? Is that how strong we're talking? Does he have
So, and
quivering
then
palm?
the next phase would be, teaching you,
I would love to see
Much more
God turn into like a
dexterity.
ninja. It's just like
I would love to see a calm, calculated God.
Yeah.
Where he
Who can
just
also
goes
rage.
into a fight and he's like, listen, bud.
Calm down.
You don't want to do
like
this.
crazy 88. and
God,
just-
I've already
God
been
just
the crazy
slices and
God.
dices everybody
God-
just
God-
calmly like a dance.
How would
God
God?
transitions from like Macho Man into like
Oh,
Randy
man.
Orton.
Oh, I was thinking like great.
I want Hal to become the high priest.
God sets his briefcase down and
Macho John?
takes off the overcoat, sets it down nicely folded.
Undertaker.
All right.
Or monster truck.
Gravedigger monster truck. That's
I would just love the idea of
I
like
do.
God going
Oh, yeah,
into a
there's
bar and some drunk guy's just trying to pick a fight with him instead
Incredible.
of going
I've
like,
met them so many times.
yeah, brother, it's much more. Listen.
Finals every
I
single
know
year
you think
for
you can
17
do
years.
this.
There's only 3 of you. So would you
I
use
have lots of
Count Blood? There's 5 of us. Yeah, but 2 of you will run.
Show here.
But call a few more
It's very
friends
cool.
and like to make it
But
a
it's
fair
not like-
fight.
Oh, better yet, my favorite line is like, them going, there's 3 of us and 1 of you. Man, you must be worse at counting than I am. There's none of you. And then just beating the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
I have
How's
vampire
that?
questions.
How long would like training?
Oh, that's up to you.
Okay.
He's available to you.
I think
God would stay there until
As-
something pops up in that book.
Yeah, as monkish as he is, he's very selfish and sort of lackadaisical with scheduling. So he's not like, all right, 8 to 5. Like he's like, come up here when you're ready. I'll fucking teach you something. You know.
I think God would just.
How many
God
times
would
do I
live
come up to
there
heal him?
until like he's needed.
They have people. They could take care of.
Oh, I
you know.
thought I was gonna bring food up to him and heal him.
I
It
would
takes
for
you
sure
like
bite
6
every
hours
so
to
often
ascend
and
the
be like,
mountain.
"How's it
That's
going?"
that's like if you're even worthy of ascending the mountain. That's your
How
first
would
step.
do that for God?
How does Remmy fare up there? Does he stick it out? Like how long? What does
He becomes
Remmy-
Remmy gives you the couple like jabs of the elbow, like, hey man, listen, like he's got, like he's making sense, like he kind of, you
Did
know,
Remy get closure with his family?
he becomes more, student teacher, friends with you, and then looks at him as like, okay, that's the next level that we need to both get to, you know.
Oh, so he goes from this is my teacher to we're equals now.
Not equal in the sense of like skill level, but
We're both
we're
students.
comfortable with each other. We're friends, and you know what I mean. Like he gets more comfortable being like, hey man, just listen, you know.
like Rocky and Apollo.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Like Rocky and Apollo.
Did Remy get closure with his family?
Yeah, what happened to Remy and his parents?
Fucking no.
Fuck that dad.
No, there's never a good ending to that shit.
God becomes his new dad.
If anything, years later, his dad comes in and is like, you know, the business really struck, you know, that conversation, you know, like, I know you made a lot of money, you know.
God
And then you guys inevitably shut the door on him, like, Remy, don't talk to that guy.
There's a little half goblin, half human running around.
Oh, Remy and Gob?
Are you guys
No.
what? That's what I thought. Like,
No. God and Remy's mom.
Oh.
God gives us the whole.
She likes it.
Is that are there half?
His name
goblins?
is Remy Stifler.
Are there half goblins in D&D?
No.
There are now.
Not
You can be half anything now. Yeah.
Hal wants to become the high priest.
Sure.
I
A lot longer in a few weeks.
I would fully imagine that does eventually happen. Like, I think the end thing is like, honestly, I can see God becoming like the leader of the Grey Gauntlet, the Grey Hand. It's the SWAT force of Waterdeep.
It's a secret militia.
Yeah, when they're all old cops and stuff, but they accept other people. But basically, when shit goes real south, like if Xanathar tried to do a coup or something, they would be the ones.
You would eventually have met Cromley once again, and who was the sergeant who would have constantly ran into you guys in your endeavors.
Cromley, by the way, I looked at the book, I got to meet all these guys. Cromley looks sad. He's
sad.
He just looks, he looks like Shaggy got really old and then Scooby died.
We hate that timeline.
That's what he
That's
looks
the
like.
worst timeline.
He's got this old beard, he's just, his huge bags under his eyes, he's just got like,
So he was tired of all our shit, pretty much.
it was very much, he would walk in and be like, God, he's happy you're doing his job, like you're figuring shit out, but it was also like,
You're making me do more paperwork.
exactly.
That's not how I read him at all. I read him as like stop doing my fucking job. You're making me look bad. You know.
Oh, I'm
Like,
definitely gonna
you're
have him as
constantly
like,
in the wrong place. Like I'm just stay the hell away. You know, stay.
I
stop
did
doing
like
stuff.
how
I was
there.
there quick.
No, run him that way. That's awesome.
I'm definitely gonna have him
Yeah.
just be like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was an inquisitor for the church. I say I rank him.
yeah, you'll meet Tenok, which is really fucking
Praise tier. Include Victor in there.
awesome. Church of Tyr doesn't exist. So.
Well, I mean, make him worship another god.
I have control of bleed.
Different pantheon.
Oh, okay.
I run Theros in my campaign.
Yes. Yeah.
Make him worship another god.
There is literally no tier equivalent in Theros.
There's no law.
The closest thing is Iroas, which is god of honorable war.
He can go for that.
No, it's definitely more of a Tenok thing.
I mean, Victor could do honorable war. Sigmar was,
No, it's more of going in and being like, I challenge you to battle, like in the middle of a bar.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
He'll do that. I mean, he did that at the bar. He walked up to people and goes, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, that was in Teria. This would be like, I'm gonna
And he pulled
fight
out
you.
his weapon.
And he would like pull out like it'd be like a dueling pistol kind of shit. It's
Sir, I believe we're supposed to deposit our irons at the front door.
Victor's looking down at all the money that Troll Skull is making. He's like, or Dragon Skull is like, what the fuck?
I do want. I don't think I'm gonna have time tonight to talk to you about the thingy, but
Thingy.
for my campaign, I'm doing things to the Stone Gallon that we never actually found.
Oh yeah.
What was that obelisk?
On the 4th level of Undermountain is an obelisk.
Fourth level?
4th level.
Oh, so not the
There's,
one that...
they were connected to each other. That's what
The
they-
3rd and 4th are, yes.
I thought it was the second level.
No, I thought...
No, it was the obelisk was on the first level.
Is this not the
Obelisk was
obelisk?
on the first.
The first level that
So
we
first to
pulled
four?
down?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Oh, you're talking about the... Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about the okay, yeah. So the obelisk, there are 19 throughout Faerun. Nobody knows what they do. Nobody knows where
We
they came
destroyed
from.
one.
They are
Oh shit.
resurrections of this is so fucking cool, this whole story. The story that I initially wanted to run. These are all how would I describe this? They're from Vecna's cult. And what they can do is tap into basically memories and times and
damn.
alter and change or completely eradicate them, depending on what he wants to do.
Damn.
They've been active before, which is why it is so incredibly difficult to find information directly associated with him, his life, and what he's done. Because he's
How to activate
a
them, too,
mortal,
right?
you know.
Yeah.
But this is what he was going to essentially use to control the material plane. You guys destroyed one as like a ha-ha, that was his way of communicating with you via the book.
Oh.
So it stopped.
Oh.
You essentially weakened the shit out of him.
I thought it was a Xanathar thing. Cause
Yeah, we thought it was Xanathar, like, scrying him.
Nope. So once you destroyed that, the book basically went... So
Oh, he's talking to nothing.
what happened was...
Sorry about that.
I hope
When
you
Mask,
I-
when Mask traded the dragonstaff with Halaster Blackcloak, he
That's where the
tricked
fucking dragon sound went.
he
Hello?
tricked Halaster Blackcloak and used the cult of Shar, which is located way deep in the, I believe, 14th level of the Dungeon Mage, or Undermountain, and basically used the cult to use a multiple ring of wishes to entrap Halaster Blackcloak, which is why
He
when it
didn't
happened,
show up.
when you all showed up and the puppets came out
Yeah.
and it shut off,
I knew something happened.
So what happened?
we
right
got
then?
trapped. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So they
I
did
rolled
he
for all
kill?
this.
They
The
killed him.
time
They
Okay.
trapped him.
Trapped him.
I
So
see
he
that
didn't die.
because the guy was saying he comes back all the time when he dies.
He does, but he didn't come back
He's
because
trapped.
he got trapped.
I see. Okay.
And the information that Mask understood was that there was a deity that was trapped somewhere in Skullport. So
That's
Mask
horrible.
created what is now historically known. I'll have to pull this up. Hold on, because it has a
We just
title.
made history in the
So
we
Mask
followed
and
the
Carl
lore.
are not one and the same?
Correct.
Okay.
I have questions.
It's called the Slave Rebellion. So, Mask basically manipulated Lord Azarok to attack Skullport because Xanathar used the ambassador to steal the... Azarok is blind, but he's very good about lying about this, but he's totally blind.
Oh shit.
And the way that he sees is a magical dagger that was stolen from him by the ambassador, basically rendering Lord Azarok completely weakened. And there was already sort of you guys weren't there long enough to sort of get a pulse on this, but there was already sort of a disloyalty happening where people were questioning why he wasn't on the front lines anymore. He wasn't able to because he couldn't see. So his wife was basically having to make up for this. So Mask eventually manipulated them to go to war and go in the back end, and then also started the slave rebellion, where all these slaves just became free and started attacking. And throughout this all distraction, and because Vecna was weakened, Mask now currently is in possession of
The dragon.
Vecna.
Oh. Vecna?
Vecna.
Mask has
What
that
happened to the whole eye thing?
Oh, that was Vecna's way of keeping an eye on you guys, literally.
That's Vecna's not.
But
right?
again, no, it's not Vecna's eye. No. You were essentially like a cult follower with a replacement eye. but once you tore the outlets down, it rendered the eye useless.
We had no idea.
Sweet. I have to ready to head home.
So
I want to say though, the cool thing was if we were to do the full campaign, the idea that I had was that basically when Vecna returned, was that he was going to use Undermountain as he was going to essentially lie and use Undermountain as a median for deities and devils to meet. And then there was already this process happening where he was going to entrap the Lord of Pain, the Lady of Pain,
that's the person I got water
and
doesn't
use
like.
the Lady of Pain to start just eliminating devils and angels one by one. And the idea was basically to make it to where he was the only option for worship. And that was going to be his ascension to God
Oh,
status.
spooky.
But Mask has control over him now.
Currently, because of how things played out, Mask,
I prefer Mask to be in control
Mask
of
has-
Vecna, honestly.
a captured Vecna's soul.
That's awesome.
Is that what was in the
That is
orb?
pretty
Was it
cool.
soul?
It's in a jar.
Nah.
Is that what I was looking through?
That's what you were looking for.
Ah.
Well, what about the Fates? What were they? Were they actually the Fates?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, good fucking campaign, everyone.